Revelation chapter 2, verse 17. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it. HALALYAM YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH MASHAYACH HALALYAM WAZAQUANYAM Shagre Millstone. I will well and teach well. Shalom wa barakim al-habachayar. I don't want to we're part of that number. This is brother and fellow servant Ariel from the GMS Orlando camp. And this is just a quick one and done type lesson. Just something I was meditating on today. And I, open up the app, and it was here at Revelation, the 2nd chapter, because this is the last chapter I was reading, and I realized that this being in red letter, YAHAWASHI is the one speaking. And when you go through this chapter, he is speaking unto various different churches, and for all of them he says, I know this, that, and the third, and yet I have somewhat against thee. I have a few things against thee. I still have, there's certain things, certain concerns where they require, correction, amongst these churches. And it's the spirit, because what I was meditating on today was going into how the apostles, were, as far as the letters go, and, their ministries, they ministered unto Israelite foreigners. All right. It was opened up. It was, that the door was opened by way of the Apostle Peter, of course, him being the head of the church, when he had that vision of, call no man common or unclean, meaning basically going into how our people being scattered as a part of the curses, a punishment for our iniquities. We took on the customs of the other nations, the languages, the cultures, the idolatry, different practices, especially, dealing with the Greek captivity that we underwent. We were Hellenized. So that was heavy amongst them especially. So that's why the scriptures mention neither Jew nor Greek. However, even besides the Greeks, our people, the nation of Israel, was scattered all over the world, amongst all nations. That's why, they prophesied, they ministered amongst all nations, not because all nations were welcomed into the commonwealth of Yasharallah, but because our people were scattered amongst all nations. You see what I'm saying? So I was just meditating on the fact that the letters, the apostles, they spoke unto these different churches in Corinth, in Thessalonica, in Ephesus, in Rome, in Athens, all these different places, Greece, right? All these different places that the apostles ministered unto. At the time, they were ministering unto the dispersed of our people amongst the Gentiles, and our people knew that, which is why they said that. Whither will he go where we won't see him? Because they didn't understand, right? But they were like, will he go unto the dispersed amongst the Gentiles? Roughly paraphrasing, meaning that they knew that we were scattered amongst all people, right? But it was a bitter and strenuous relationship amongst the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, that were raised up and stuck to their heritage, between them and the Israelites that that didn't, right, and that grew up amongst the heathens and kept their customs, their ways, their cultures, their idolatrous practices, right? So that's where you get the, calling a man common or unclean is, we stuck to the laws. We grew up in this. We never forsook YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. But you Israelites, you chose the ways of the heathen. So you're filthy. It's better to eat pork than to speak Greek. That was an actual thing that they said amongst Israel, amongst, the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the southern kingdom, right? And of course, Yahushua said what? Salvation is of the Jews. We know what we worship. Because first, he came unto the Jews. It must first go to the, the head tribe, Judah, then Benjamin and Levi, the ones that remained in the land. Then unto the Israelite foreigners, the unnatural Gentiles. So back to the point being that all these letters, all these accounts in the New Testament, it was directed towards the Israelite foreigners at the time. But really through the Spirit, what it was meant to do, it was meant to teach, direct, rebuke, and exhort us today. Do you understand? Like, it was all of it, it's prophecy. It all converged to the latter days. Everything came together for these last days. Because we ourselves are Israelite foreigners. It's so mind-blowingly ridiculous how our people now, especially the southern kingdom, right, the apparent Negroes, Haitians, and Jamaicans, and West Indians and whatnot. It's ridiculous how, especially Judah, has this proud attitude of, yeah, we Israelites, where your fringes at? And some of y'all have the nerve to be Negro only. Like, you have to look like a Negro. You have to be a quote-unquote Negroid. You have to fall into that phenotype. You have to have 4C hair texture, high cheekbones and a big nose, wide nostrils and whatnot. Otherwise, you not accepted as an Israelite. It's like you niggas don't read. It's like, do you not understand prophecy? Do you not see how you're literally doing the same shit that the Jews did during the time of the New Testament? But it's all spiritual. These are the same men coming back. That shows you that regeneration is real. How is it that the Lord laid it all out for us now, especially in these last days when knowledge is increased to the max? We have all knowledge needful for salvation, and yet you niggas are still falling under the same categories as back then in the ancient world. How are you still pushing the law? You're still pushing your own righteousness. You're still proud when you yourself are literally an Israelite foreigner. You did not grow up in the truth. You are an Israelite foreigner. It literally, all of the epistles, all of what Yahawashi is saying unto the churches, all of what went on back then, it applies to every last one of us right now. This all was literally for us now in these last days. Baruch 2:30. In the land of their captivities, we've remembered ourselves and call upon the name of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, or names of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. And yet, y'all still don't get it. You still don't get it. But as Yahawashi said, this is hidden manna. Hidden. Not everyone is supposed to get it. It's not meant for everyone to get it. You're still gonna have stupid ass niggas removing Yahawashi out of the equation, establishing their own righteousness, and shutting up the kingdom of heaven to their brothers and sisters simply because they are bitter or they feel some type of way about other men and women with, I guess, less melanin than them or straighter hair than them. It's ridiculous. It's like, it's just so stupid. But again, no man can know this except the ones that have received it. No one can understand this except Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI gives it to you. And Adawan Ratazah, we are of that number that are not reprobates, that don't have itching ears, that are not blinded, but we have received it, understood it, and are applying it. Adawan Ratazah. So I just wanted to go into that real quick. It's beautiful how the Lord has everything. Like I said, everything has converged. Prophecy has all converged into this one point in time. We are in the last days. And everything written aforetime was written for our learning. It was all meant to be right here for us to understand right here and now. Alright? So, I pray this is edifying, exhorting, and uplifting to the spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Mashanak abad laha shalach yayam wazakwanyam shagre millstone and rule and teach well. Shalom wa barakyam al habachayar. Adawan Ratazah, we're a part of that number. And blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto YAHAWAH wa YAHAWASHI, Tham Yad wa la Avalamyam, always and forever. Shalom.